pro level. We just had like a midfielder on. We've had defenders on, and a lot of guys started on offense, and then through trial and error in college, they get moved back. How did you stay on wing, and are you always usually one of the fastest guys on the team?
Yeah. Interestingly, when I've kind of always been a midfielder, attacking player. I kind of was a little like a 6'8", growing up through the academy, and then I kind of became more of like an attacking midfielder, more of a 10, and now even I'm more of a 10, and I can kind of play off the right or the left as well. So I don't know, it's just kind of how it's happened.
Tell us about kind of your path, man. Like you've been it's more of like a pro player than anything. I mean, you were talking about your youth career. You were in the youth side of New England Revolution. You played 1 year at Georgetown, which we're UConn around here, bro. I don't know if you knew that, but go Hoyas, I guess. But New England Revolution after that, then Rhode Island FC, Hartford Athletic now. Just talk about that whole path and what made you decide to go those routes.
Yeah, it's definitely been an interesting journey up until this point. Obviously, like you said, I was in the Res Academy, and I was contemplating whether to go pro, but I decided that maybe a season in college would be good for me, both as a player and a person, and I'm happy with the decision. And then I signed with the Revs and was with the first team for a couple of years. I'm still with the first team. But, a little loan spell last year and then a loan this year to just continue to get games. So it's been interesting. I'm still 20, so I'm just trying to continue to develop and help Hartford Athletic win some games this year.
Talking to Jack Panayotou, he is with the Hartford Athletic. Tell us about Cambridge, Massachusetts, and how a kid from there that probably could have gone to Harvard or one of the other colleges around New England goes down to Georgetown.
Yeah, they kind of really recruited me heavily, and the year when I was kind of figuring it out, maybe the year before, they won the national championship. Ooh. And they were a top program. So
there you go.
I spoke to the coach and I visited the school, and I said to myself, this is the place that I want to be, and I'm really happy with the decision. I like DC a lot. It's a cool area.
And you spent most of your pro career up here in New England area, as we said, Revolution, and then they put you on loan with Rhode Island FC, which is a brand new club and kind of a brand new rival for the Hartford Athletic. Now you go from there and you're on loan here for the Hartford Athletic, about ready to play your first match. Explain to us on loan and what that means for our listeners that might not know that about professional soccer. And I want to know, are those Rhode Island FCs talking smack? Like, is that a thing over there to beat the Hartford Athletic? Is there some kind of rivalry even more so than the locker room that we don't even know?
Yeah, last year when I was with Rhode Island, they definitely were really like kind of developing this rivalry with Hartford. So it's going to be interesting. I had some DMs in my on my Instagram from some fans. Some were like, wishing I came back to Rhode Island, and some were upset. So it's all part of the game, and it's interesting to have fans that care that much. That's a really good sign for both teams, honestly. In terms of the on loan stuff, I'm still, I guess, technically a player for the New England Revolution, but when you go on loan, I'm here every day with Hartford practicing and playing games, and I live here. And, yeah, I guess the point, it's likely going to be for the season, just to continue to develop and play games and kind of be more of a piece for this team than maybe I would have been for the Revolution this year, and I'm really happy with my decision so far.
What do you know about the Hartford area, and what do you know about some of your teammates?
Yeah, I mean, interesting. My dad grew up in Connecticut, and he went to UConn as well. So he's more than happy for me to be back in Connecticut. Nice. He enjoys coming to these games, to this area. And, yeah, I mean, my teammates are great. I feel like there's few of them from Hartford, but most guys are from all over. So it's been interesting. I feel like we have a really good group this year, and like I said, hopefully we win some games.
Yeah, you've already got a goal for us. You already have a yellow card for us, so we appreciate both of those. That's that's awesome. What do you think about just as far as New England soccer and these fan bases? I was actually shocked and surprised how awesome Rhode Island FC's fan base was. Like, their club fans came through and they showed up at the Hartford Athletic game when it was in our area, and then vice versa. And you got to know about our fans by now. Just the supporter section is through the roof. But just talk about it overall as a whole for your New England Revolution, Rhode Island FC, and Hartford Athletic. Just the USL fan. How has it been so far early in your career?
Yeah, honestly, to your point, I was very impressed with the fans, in the entire New England area. Rhode Island last year, especially as a new club, I thought the fans were awesome, and you can even see it with their new stadium. But being here for I guess it's only been one game at home, but the fan base is super strong, and this Connecticut area, they care a lot about soccer, and in New England as a whole. So it's really awesome to see the game continue to grow. And there's nothing more enjoyable for a player than to have a stadium full of fans that care about you and care about the team and are behind you.
Talking to Jack Panayotou from the Hartford Athletic. He's on loan from the New England Revolution. You're going to be 21 on June 5th.
So crazy.
You got any plans for your 21st birthday?
Nothing too crazy. I think we have a Friday game maybe, so maybe I'll try and do something on the weekend, but, for now I'm focused on our game this weekend, and I'll figure out some plans later.
7 o'clock is the kickoff. Hartford Athletic taking on Detroit City FC, downtown Hartford at the Big Dillon Stadium, a.k.a. Trinity Health Stadium. Tell us about the club, like how you are fitting in. I always tell people on loan or newcomers to this roster to walk in the locker room, find the biggest guy and punch him in the face, and then you'll fit in real nice. But I don't know if you did that or if they're just really welcoming here for the club. But how do you like the club as far as fitting in? And then also, what do you think of the future for this particular group?
Yeah, I've really enjoyed my first couple weeks, week and a half, here with the team. I think we have a really good team this year. We're still kind of figuring out exactly which system to play and how we can get the most out of these guys. But I think we have a team that's capable of making a decent run in the playoffs if we really get everything right. So it's been great being here. The guys have welcomed me really well, and the coaching staff is great. And obviously, it helps to score a couple of goals on my debut. So I'm looking to just continue to do that, and hopefully we get a bunch more wins.
We have some great youth soccer around here. What age did you realize? Listen, I'm really good at soccer, and I want to do this, going to college and things like that. When did that decision hit you?
I mean, I was playing soccer since I've been probably 4 or 5, but I think I was maybe 8 or 9, maybe 10 when I was like, this is all I want to do. I was playing every single day for like 3 teams at the time, and I wasn't getting sick of it, so I decided I think this is something I really want to do with my life. And I'm happy with that decision so far.
You're so young, man. I
Dude,
mean,
you're
20 years old. You got world by the cojones,
right,
is what we like to say around here. Are you also one of these? The one thing we've noticed, not only hockey players, but the international soccer player in the States, best dressed athlete there is, and best smelling athlete as well. God, we know that right away. What about do you need tips on that being a youngster, or are you used to this pro lifestyle and these guys have already got you cut up in some great fits?
Yeah, I think my fit game is ever evolving, and I definitely look to the older guys to help. I look to them for ideas, and back at the Revs, even you got some guys who have some really, really nice clothes, and I'm a young guy, on my first contract that still trying to buy some stuff. But it's been really good. It's important to look good and dress well for the games because it helps you play better.
Well, we appreciate your time, Jack. Good luck, and hopefully they keep you here with the Hartford Athletic, especially since your dad went to UConn, and he's a UConn alum. We'll let it slide that you went to Georgetown,
That's
but
cool.
That your dad went to UConn, we love you even more.
I appreciate it, guys. Well, thank you for having me on.
Awesome, my man.
That was great, Jack.
Excellent.